Hello and welcome to the next of our #DiscoverLC live sessions. This event is running all the way through Sunday, so there's lots of live streams happening from all different kinds of curriculum and areas of Leicester College. So do make sure you are looking for what you want to do. But this time, this next sort of hour or half an hour, depending on how much Marco likes to talk, will be filled with all things HE, so higher education. And I was told off for saying it HE yesterday and not HE. So if that's what you're wanting, I'm afraid I just can't say HE. But let me introduce the man himself. The man who's going to be taking you through sort of the next 20 minutes is Marco. Hi, Marco.
Hi, Ashton. Thank you very much for that introduction.
That's all right, no problem. How are you doing?
Good. Ready to go?
Good. Oh, well, I'll let you sort of take over and introduce
Excellent.
your posse then.
Okay, so if you want to bring up the first slide, we'll kick off. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Marco, the Manager for Higher Education, and delivering this presentation, I've also got Emma, who's a colleague from the HE office. We're also joined today by some of our programme leads for our degree level programmes. We've got Jenny from the Curriculum of Business and Tourism, and we've got Ian representing acting. So that's who you've got in online today. Myself and Emma are broadly knowledgeable across all the other areas as well, although we might not be able to answer any really specific questions, but we'll give it our best go. So the aim of the session really is to quickly recap some of the key points about our higher education offer at Leicester College, and to give you the opportunity to ask us questions about courses you may be interested in, or that you've already applied to. You might be interested in teaching and learning approaches or assessment methods, or what things might be like in autumn given the current situation. So we're happy to talk about that stuff. As the next few minutes will simply be a recap, if you didn't want further information about HE in general, you can also rewatch our higher education broadcast from a couple of weeks ago. We still think that's on the Facebook page, and maybe Ashton can provide a link for that later on. So this includes other, this Facebook higher education session from two weeks ago includes discussions about DMU, Leicester College, and the difference between the two, and why students would choose Leicester College to complete their degree. So moving on to slide 2, higher education, often referred to as university or degree level study. And this session covers our what's called prescribed higher education provision. And that is mainly made up of Pearson Edexcel higher national diplomas and certificates, and foundation degrees, and our bachelor's honours degrees awarded by De Montfort University. Higher education qualifications in general start at level 4, and you can see a level chart on that slide. Level 4 is the level above A levels, advanced apprenticeships, or BTEC level 3 extended diplomas. And the higher education is a level of study commonly undertaken over the course of a 3-year undergraduate degree. So most people in the country, when you're talking about higher education or university level programs, automatically think of the 3 years honours degree program delivered at a university. Of course, the definition is much broader than that. Qualifications from level 4 to level 6 are delivered here at Leicester College. So our foundation degrees and higher national diplomas are exactly the same level as honours degrees, although they only compare to year 1 and year 2 of an honours degree. And our bachelor degrees are exactly the same as the university ones. So one of the benefits of our foundation degree in higher nationals is that they are 2-year full-time studies, but they often lead to 1 further year that you can top up. over to Emma.
Okay, thanks, Marco. So you can see on this slide, at Leicester College, we offer undergraduate courses in business, computing, travel and tourism, creative industries, which include footwear, graphic design, photography, and special effects makeup, engineering and construction, performing arts, music, and teacher education at postgraduate level. So depending on your course, graduates are either awarded by Pearson Edexcel or our partner, De Montfort University. So the foundation degrees and higher nationals, which Marco explained, are level 4 and 5, which are the equivalent to first 2 years of a degree. And you can see that these are all the subjects that are offered at foundation degree and higher national, of which we have a couple of our programme leads here in performing arts and tourism and business. All of our foundation degrees are awarded by De Montfort University, and our higher nationals are mainly awarded by Pearson Edexcel, with the exception of just the business, full-time business and full-time computing HNDs, which are also awarded by De Montfort University. As you can see as well from the slide, some are also offered in part-time mode, giving you flexibility of study depending on your circumstances and work. Thanks, Marco.
Okay, great stuff. So I mentioned before this notion of top-up. So our higher nationals and foundation degrees are equivalent to year 1 and year 2 of an honours degree. But they do come with the opportunity to top up to a full bachelor's degree by studying on a 1-year course. So you do 2 years for your HND, 2 years for your foundation degree, and then you have the option of staying for 1 more year, either at Leicester College or indeed transferring over to De Montfort University, and in some case other universities, to study for 1 more year to get your full honours degree. So that is 3 years to honours degree in total. So you can still get your honours degree in the same length of time. It's just a 2+1 model, which makes a lot of sense and appeals to a lot of people. Currently, the top-ups we do at Leicester College are in construction, creative industries, and tourism and events management. So they're specific top-up degrees, and we've got Jenny here who can talk about tourism as a foundation degree and as a top-up degree. And we also deliver a really innovative accelerated degree in acting, which is a unique 2-year degree also awarded by De Montfort University, and we've got Ian on board to talk about that. So moving on to entry requirements, our degree level programs have competitive entry requirements, and this isn't because they're any easier, it's because we're confident that we're able to provide the supportive learning environment that helps students who might not think higher education is for them. So we get a really rich range of learners onto our degree programs, and because of our teaching and learning strategies, which tends to be smaller groups, longer contact hours in classes and workshops, we can really bring people up to speed and provide a lot of confidence in learners as they journey through their undergraduate program. So for that purpose, the majority of our full-time programs ask for 32 UCAS points. That normally includes at least 1 full level 3 qualification. And we may ask for a GCSE or a level 2 maths and English as well. You'll find details of our entry requirements for specific courses on our college website or on UCAS for our full-time programs. Many of our undergraduates are mature learners who are looking to upskill or who are looking to change their career direction. So we also welcome applicants who don't match these standard entry requirements, but who can demonstrate an ability to study at university level and who can evidence relevant work experience, for example.
So applications to our full-time provision is all via UCAS. So you can access that either through Leicester College UCAS system or DMU's pages if it's a HND in business or computing. Guidance on how to apply correctly for all of our courses is on all of the web pages on the Leicester College website for that course, and within our current prospectus as well. For our part-time provision, you can apply directly to the college. So on the home page, you can just scroll down and click the apply button, and you can fill out an online application directly to us. If you're unsure about the UCAS or application process, ourselves, the HE team or the careers team can offer you full support. So you can contact the college if you're unsure of any of these processes. So our tuition fees are lower than many universities, but you will still get the same great teaching and learning experience. Whether it's full-time or part-time study, you are able to apply for a student loan to cover tuition fees and for a maintenance loan to cover other expenses. That also includes additional bursaries such as childcare and disabled student allowance as well. Tuition fees themselves vary depending on your chosen programme. So make sure that you do check the course information prior to applying for a loan. And again, you can contact the college if you've got any questions on that as well.
Okay, so that has really come to the end of the kind of formal slideshow. And you may have also seen some of our previous live Q&As from our admissions, careers and welfare teams, which you can revisit on Facebook at your own pace. As a HE team, we're always on hand to answer any inquiry relating to our degree level study. So please don't hesitate to get in touch with the college and ask for the HE office. So thank you for joining us on our recap, and we'll now return to Ashton and our programme leads to take your questions.
Fantastic. Thank you, Marco and Emma. That was really informative and a nice little quick condensed recap of there, everything HE that you need to know. Bang. Yeah, exactly. Boom. Which is what I like to see. So I have put a link to the previous HE live stream in the comment section. So that is on YouTube. So do go have a look at that after this stream is finished. So wait till this one's finished and then you can go check that out. But yeah, like Marco said, we've got a couple of questions for our programme leads because these guys know everything about their courses. So they can answer any course questions. But if you do have any general HE questions or course-specific questions, do put them in the comments and we'll try and answer those as well. So in terms of the courses that you teach, do you want to give a quick recap as to what course that is? So we'll start with you, Jenny. So what courses that you programme lead on?
The couple of courses that I look after is the foundation degree in tourism and events. And in addition to that, I also look after the BA Topup, which as Marco was talking about, that you can progress onto after you complete the foundation degree in tourism and events management.
Fantastic. And yourself, Ian?
Well, this is, as Marco says, a unique acting course, partly because it's a 2-year course and a 3-year course, leading still to a BA Honours in acting. It's originally designed by, in collaboration with the Academy of Live and Recorded Arts, and so it conforms to a conservatoire model rather than the normal university model. This means things like you have about 30 hours a week contact time, and let's say complete your BA in 2 years. That also means that the holidays are shorter as well. And indeed, the fees are not 6,000 but 9,250, I think, a year. Marco will jump up and yell if I've got that wrong.
That's correct. There's nodding going on, so I assume it's correct.
yeah, so thumbs up. Good, yeah. The practical sessions are backed up by assessment with Viva's podcasts and vlogs. There's little or no assessed written work, but students are encouraged to reflect online and in groups, and they can therefore online connect tutors outside the session. We are one of the only places that does camera work from day one, which is fairly realistic in terms of the business, because if you're going to earn your living in this business, you will spend 80% of your time in front of the camera. So there's a whole range of different things that we cover in that 30 hours a week contact time. And if anybody needs any more detailed information, I can give it to them, of course.
Fantastic. So there is a really wide range there for, especially for the BA acting, as to what you actually cover. And it is all very practical based, like you were saying. A lot of it is, performances and working on your acting wholly, obviously not too much theory work as well, which is fantastic. Because I know that a lot of young actors like myself back in, when I was 16, 17, 18, really liked the acting side of things, but was very bad at, talking about the history of acting. So, I'm not going to tell where I went to did my drama degree, but I realised after listening to this one that I definitely should have done it here. So, not to toot your horn too much, Ian, but definitely. So, Jenny, can you tell us a little bit about what kind of things students can expect to cover in tourism and business courses?
Yeah. Okay. So you're looking at a pretty wide range with tourism and events, because it could take you into lots of different avenues, covering all the key areas such as things like marketing, looking at the overall picture of tourism and events. And there is a lot of practical involved in this, where you are, because obviously we're preparing you for a very customer-facing industry. So there's a lot of live projects where we work very closely with people outside the college to give you a real insight to what it would be like working in these particular areas. In addition, obviously, we've got the business courses where you're looking at, there is a wide offer in terms of a full-time or part-time offer with potentially which would fit various different people from different backgrounds. If you've got some work commitments, you can possibly do it part-time, or look at possibly a full-time offer with the college.
Fantastic, thank you. I know that Marco and Emma aren't, program leads for certain subjects, but you guys do know your fair share about the HE courses. So, Marco, is it the media course that you wanted to talk a little bit about?
Yeah, I'm happy to come in that. My curriculum background has always been photography teaching in higher education, and I've delivered our foundation degree in photography here. I program manage that, and I currently still teach on the foundation degree in photography course, and also our part-time higher national certificate. But I've got a good handle on our other creative courses. So alongside photography at undergraduate level, we do music technology, we do graphics and e-media, we do footwear, and we do artistic makeup and special effects. So all of those programs are foundation degrees awarded by De Montfort University. So they're equivalent to year 1 and year 2 of an honours degree. What you'll tend to find with foundation degrees compared to an honours degree is that foundation degrees are built on preparing people for a kind of career entry. So we have, alongside all the university level stuff, the academic stuff, we have a great drive on preparing for professional careers in these industries. So it's freelance skills, business launch skills, all the stuff additional to the creative bits that you're going to need if you're going to make a success within these industries, which are largely sole trader freelance industries. And in order to develop your skills as quickly as possible, we teach a good level of technical input so that you learn to operate at a professional standard. But we also bring in a lot of live client briefs. So we bring in companies for our artistic makeup and special effects. They go out and they do live makeup on theatres. So we always try and bring external expectations in to our creative courses. Great facilities, and generally across the board for our creative programs, your teachers, your lecturers will still be involved in the sector. So they're not academics purely sitting around hypothesizing about the discipline. They can do that stuff. These are intelligent people. They can challenge you in those ways, but they're actually out there doing it themselves as well. And I think that brings a great reality to our delivery across these this suite of programs. Emma, I don't know if you want to add anything else there, or you want to come in on any other course that we've maybe not mentioned.
I'm actually, apart from I have been marketing these courses for more years than I'd probably like to admit now. So I do know a bit about the content if anybody's got any questions, but I'm also a recent alumni of graphic design and e-media myself, and our creative industries Topup. So I can talk a bit about the content of those if anyone wants to ask any questions about them. But I will kind of just add to what Marco's just said. The graphic design and e-media course and all the foundation degree courses are very much like this, is that you, within the first year, you are trained and you learn about how to have business acumen and how to apply those skills into the real world through live briefs, through live projects, and also building up a profile for yourself as a freelance practitioner as well. And you will come out of a foundation degree, you get out what you put into it, and you will find yourselves a lot more confident if you want to go into that industry or work for yourself. So they are really good in that respect, as Marco was saying.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Marco.
How was your experience doing the courses? How was that for you and your, as a recent graduate?
Sorry, can you say that again, Ashley?
Sorry. Of course I can. What was your experience like obviously doing the top-up year in creative industries? What sort of how did it go? What was it like? Tell me all about it.
It was great. It was really interesting. It definitely is a course that if you want to set yourself up as a freelance practitioner or want to set up your own business, that will do it for you. There's no way of completing the course without coming out of it having all the means of setting up a business and the confidence to go and set up a business. All you really need is an idea and creativity. I'd probably say it's a bit more academic than perhaps a kind of fine art level 6 degree, in that you do have to do business planning, you do have to do a live project with the LCB depot currently, which is where we did it last year, and the live working within the creative, the cultural quarter of Leicester as well, was a fantastic opportunity. And I think a lot of students get a lot more out of that being in the actual hub of creativity within the city itself. So yeah, expect it. I mean, the attendance is not a lot because you're expected to do a lot in your own time. But I managed to balance it with work as well, because our tutors are very flexible and appreciate people's commitments outside of study as well.
Fantastic. Cool. Thank you. So some more sort of course specific questions for you guys. So Ian, how often will students get to use, the studios and the facilities while they're on the course? Is there like a set amount of time a week, or is it, as much as they need to?
We spend, in the past, we spent all our time either in the studios or in Sutan's theatre working. Okay, we do have a classroom facility, but I imagine that in the present circumstances, we probably won't be using that this year. So I would think all those 30 hours are spent either in studio or on the stage at Sutan's.
Fantastic, cool. So how often a week are students involved, like in college, actually doing lessons? I know that Ian said it's 30 hours a week, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about the tourism course? How often are students actually on campus?
It's just approximately 2.5 days a week. They'll be expected to be actually on campus, but so it is a full-time program, but it is easily manageable, as Emma said, alongside work and other commitments. Yeah, so we have lots of students with families, jobs and things like that, and it tends to sit. They can get their foundation degree or BA top-up alongside of the commitment. So it has that flexibility to it, yes.
Fantastic, cool. So what sort of careers or what sort of like progression opportunities can students go into? Is there sort of the surefire, this is the way to get into this job, or is it very much you can take this and use it however you want to?
Yeah, I'm happy to kick off on that one. And I think probably what we find, Ashton, is that the students who are graduating from our level 5 qualification, so HND and foundation degree, something in the region of 60 to 70% of those students will continue on to do their honours top-up. But it's from the kind of creative industry sector, so photography, music, artistic makeup, graphics. If you look around Leicester and the kind of broad region of Leicester, there's a hell of a lot of our graduates out there who are now making a living. And I wish I had a magic wand that I could wave and say to people when they join one of our degrees that, of course, you know, getting your course will guarantee you success and a job, but it's not quite as easy as that. So we do all the preparation we can to give people the best chance of pursuing what they want to do. But the magic wand and that kind of special element comes from them as well. So particularly around the creative industries where it's the structure of the sector isn't that there's loads of formal jobs. It's often people leaving education and setting their own business up. You know, it's a tough call, incredibly rewarding for our graduates who pursue that path and make it. There's no guarantees, but I do believe that we offer people the best opportunity with that combination of academic, independent working, knowledge of the industry, professional practice, and live briefs and real working client experience, that it provides a really good springboard to give people the best opportunity for success. And that's about as close an answer as I can give you.
Cool. Jenny or Ian, would you like to sort of...
Can I just pick up on following on from Marco really quite nicely? A lot of the work that we do with external organisations, it gives students like a platform, and many of my previous students have gone on to gain employment in those areas that we've worked with alongside as part of the programme. So it's a massive opportunity really for them in the future, not only to gain that valuable experience along the way, but also potential opportunities for them in the future. And certainly some have been successful you know, throughout the course, either whether it's been some part-time work or to go on to work with these local industries in Leicestershire throughout the programme.
Fantastic. Ian, would you like to sort of talk about your course progression routes?
Well, this is a tough business, acting, and you know, every year, I suppose 300, maybe more students graduate from conservatoire drama schools. You know, looking for an increasingly shrinking number of jobs. 4 of our present students who are graduating in the summer are going back into to take a master's degree at conservatoire drama schools. And one of the things that we stress is very important is our creative practice module, where we recognize that an actor is not simply an actor, but an artist as well. And this runs right the way through the 3 years, developing our students both as actors and artists. Time spent each week exploring the world around us, recognizing the artist as somebody who functions in their own society. So students will go from this course, if they're not going on to a master's degree, will go on, as Marco says, a lot of them to start by forming their own work and developing their own work. And it'll be interesting to see just how many of them are working in a few years' time, but you never know. Yeah.
Fantastic. Emma, have you got anything to add as well?
Actually, I did want to kind of put a bit of a hands up for our teacher education programs as well. A lot of our graduates do stay on and complete a level 5 or level 6 education and training qualification after they finish their degree. The Leicester College education and training programs, again awarded by De Montfort University, they're specifically designed for graduates either at level 5 or level 6 to retrain as trainers and teachers in their profession, and that will leave students with the opportunity to come and teach at an institution like us, or go out into their industry, such as acting or dance, and train people to do that themselves. And it isn't kind of primary education, it is specifically based for post-compulsory education. But a lot of our alumni do kind of stay with us and do that as an additional skill to add on to their degree, as well as going on to doing masters and things like that. Thank you, Ashton.
That's all right. So they've done sort of their level 3 qualification and then gone on to their 4 and 5, or is it they've done their 5 and 6?
Yeah, so if our kind of either HND or foundation degree students can then go on to do the level 5 education and training, or if people leave us with a full degree, full honours degree, they can stay on and do our kind of professional graduate certificate in educational and training, and come back and either teach at an institution like us or go out into the world and teach at another college or within a kind of a training environment at least. And so a lot of people, it's a nice way to kind of build on the skills that you've developed. Mm-hmm. You know, because sometimes going out on your own is quite scary and freelancing can be quite scary, but building up a skill because you've got that opportunity to do it, and a lot of people feel comfortable staying at Leicester College to do that. It's quite a nice add-on to your skills for a lot of people. Thank
you. So are there any exams in anyone's course? I know that Ian said that it was very much practical based, but is there any sort of sit-down exams in any of our HE courses?
So I'm happy to take that one up as well. Across all of our higher education, the only 2 courses where students would experience exams are our De Montfort University HND in computing and the De Montfort University HND in business. They're the only 2 exam-based courses that we offer. Everything else is coursework based, or portfolio based. So it's quite interesting whether with those university courses whether they'll stick with the exam mode. There's a lot of pressure on the notion of examinations as a good test of educational knowledge. So we'll have to see what happens there. But currently, HND Business, HND Computing are the only examined courses that we offer.
Fantastic. Thank you, Marco. Very, very nice answer there. Thank you. So the last sort of questions I really have are, once people have applied and gone through the UCAS, is there an interview? Obviously, right now we're not sure what's going to happen at this side of September. But is there any interviews or audition processes that students need to go through in order to get onto the courses?
I take.
Yeah.
Oh, go on. Yeah. Yes, we've been interviewing and auditioning online ever since lockdown. And we've had quite a steady stream of people coming through, and we require them to prepare a 5-minute piece, which is something that expresses their own identity, and it can not only be acting but also dance, movement, song, video work, whatever they want to do really to express their creativity. And then we interview them as well. We talk to them, see what they're like.
Cool. How's it been doing that all online rather than in person? Has it been an easy transition? Has it been a bit weird, or has it been really good?
It's okay, actually. Yeah, no, it works very well. Sometimes it's difficult because you give them the option to film stuff rather than doing it live, which I think is fair enough. So you get a kind of mixture of standards, really. And in fact, this year, with a couple of people, I have gone back to them and got them to present something else, because the stuff that they came up with probably wasn't quite what we were looking for.
Cool. So it's quite nice because they can get that second chance, whereas in person, it's a little bit more difficult to get them to come back and do it all again. So very nice. Is there an interview for tourism as well, Jenny?
I think we tend to look a lot at the application form, and obviously we do look at people with not necessarily, they might come from a different background, so they might have a lot of life experience, so it might be a requirement to come in for an interview process. It just depends on the actual application and whether I need a bit more further information. So it's not a sort of a general you have to have an interview. It just depends on each individual student.
Cool, thank you.
I think the picture across the range is that each course would be slightly different in its needs. So it does range from purely the application form, and the offer can be made from the application form. Some courses get the application form and contact the applicant for an interview, for a very brief discussion. A lot of our media and creative courses require the submission of portfolio, of examples of work, and as Ian alluded to, our performance courses generally require some kind of audition. In terms of portfolio submissions for our creative courses, we've been using online for quite a while, so the days of people trudging to Leicester and delivering their portfolios has kind of gone. So we're kind of looking at work online and things like that and making offers.
Cool, fantastic. So a lot of it is currently online, which is obviously really useful given this current climate. But yeah, so that's sort of all the questions I have. Is there anything that you'd like to add to any students who maybe aren't sure about sort of HNDs or traditional 3 years at a university, sort of advice you'd give to them in terms of why choose college for doing HE?
Yeah, I think the final thing from me is on that topic, and for a very, very long time, people interested in undergraduate qualifications, they automatically default to the idea of a university, and it doesn't suit everyone. A 3-year journey to a degree might not suit everyone. So there are options out there. There are part-time courses. There's foundation degrees, higher national diplomas. There's innovative programs like Ian's accelerated 2-year program. So I think my advice to anyone who hasn't already decided to go into higher education, or even if you have, is just to make sure that you're considering all the options and that you choose the best option for you. And that isn't always the 3-year degree. So we're continually working hard with career advisors and schools and stuff like that to get that message across. But sometimes it's crowded out. It's crowded out in a market dominated by universities that have a lot more money than Leicester College. But doesn't mean to say that their offer is better than Leicester College's.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, so that's sort of all the time we have now. I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to sort of give any tidbits of wisdom, or any, anyone who's at home still sort of applying for or looking at the course, any bits of wisdom that you'd have as to how to prepare to start your courses in September, that kind of thing.
I think if you're a student that is thinking of doing a course but hasn't quite been given an offer yet or not heard anything yet, I would say get in touch with the college. We have an email address ourselves, heoffice@leicestercollege.ac.uk. We can always answer questions, even remotely. It might be a little bit slower at the moment, but everybody is working and is able to answer queries about courses outside of this platform as well. And also, if you are a student that's had an offer but you're still not sure of where you want to go, make sure that you know how to apply for your student finance and get all that prepared before you start in September. And we've got welfare teams as well that can help you with that if you need. But just try and be prepared as possible. But also, take time and consider your options as well, because it's not too late to apply. Many of our applicants do come through for the first time as an applicant as late as after UCAS clearing, which is at what's the date of UCAS clearing? Is it the 15th or? There we go. I've got my diary here.
The 10th of August.
Yeah, so the 10th of August. So UCAS clearing is not the be all and end all, the last day you can apply at Leicester College. We do accept applications much later on. So if you are thinking that you've not quite sure yet, or you've not got your grades, you're not confident about things at level 3, or if you are mature and you are thinking of changing career but haven't quite got your heart set on anything, it isn't too late. We'll be doing more of these sessions much closer to UCAS clearing, but that's just because it fits in with the application cycle. Give us a call, give us an email and ask us, because it's not too late to apply. Thanks, Ashton.
That's all right, no problem. Cool. So I think we'll wrap it up there now. But thank you guys again so much for joining me. This has been really informative, and I hope that those watching at home have found it so as well. I've put a link to the HE page on our website in the comments. So if this has inspired you to sort of have a look at our courses, do have a look at that link in the comments. And if you have any questions outside of this stream, so if it finishes and you come up with a question maybe in half an hour or this afternoon or later this week, just drop us a message on Instagram or Facebook and we'll do our best to answer that for you. Or email these guys. Their contact information is on that link as well, so go all the way to the bottom and you'll be able to email them or give them a call. Are you still picking up phones, or is it just email really for you guys?
Email for us is best.
Cool.
We are on the phone, but not always active due to technology. So email's great.
Cool, perfect, fantastic. So before Marco tells off the kids that are appearing,
it's all gone wrong. Sorry, Leicester.
It's all right. It's fine. It's
we've all got normal lives.
Yeah, we're all at home. But again, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back a little bit later on with the National Careers Service. So they focus on 19+ careers. So talking all about the adult learner loan and that kind of thing. So join us at about 4:15 for that one. But for now, we'll let these guys get back to their busy days, and we'll see you very soon. Hopefully September, and if not, as close to September as we can. So we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Thanks very much for hosting, Ashton.
Thank you. Thank you.